Hey Woodhounds, Craig here. Welcome back to the channel. It'll be a different type of video today. The plan is to show you what I got for inventory in the wood yard, and then after that we're going to get the 1962 Ford Fairlane out and go for a cruise. Stay tuned. Oh yeah, also earlier today I washed the splitter. Probably can't really tell too much, but the red's redder and the black's blacker. Looks good. Alright, first we'll just start out with some miscellaneous, I call it my pile for my backyard fire pit, and also some random stuff that's probably just going to go to the roadside stand. Here's a 12-foot by 4-foot tall, mostly red oak. Here's my shortcut. Again, 4-foot tall and 12-foot long sections. There's 3 of them. That big block, over 4-foot tall for sure. That's all going to be for my heating. We got miscellaneous face cord, cherry, elm, oak in there, little maple. And this face cord is all red oak. That's pretty much ready to sell. I split that July 2024. Then we got a couple more 12-foot sections here. I think this one, the first one here, is a mix of honey locust and red oak. The next one right here is all red oak. Some partial piles of ash and maple. Half face cord of hickory. And then a face cord of oak. 3 12-foot long stacks of honey locust, all shortcut, 14-inch or so. Half face cord stack of ash. Bunch of miscellaneous right there. Not really sure what I'm going to do with that. Probably mostly will go to the roadside stand. So maple and ash I need to split. Some honey locust that's been sitting for a couple months. I got to find a more permanent home to stack it. Some logs that I need to cut up. Some are from the dump, some are from my parents' house from when they had that tree fall in their front yard. And lastly over here, about 3/4 of a face cord of red pine. Fire pit area. We've seen it on videos, but never really did a up close look. I'll probably do a video on it someday. We've got a lot of wood right now in the rack. Forgot I have a whole bunch of pine that still needs to be split. I should do that soon, although I'm not in a huge rush just because I won't be trying to sell it till next spring or summer. And in the shed here we got a half face cord of all white oak. And over here we have a bunch alongside the house underneath the cover here for burning in the wood stove this next year. A lot of ash. The darker stuff over there is all red oak, but a lot of ash and some miscellaneous pieces. Need to clean my chimney. That's why the ladder's there. All right, let's get the car out and go for a cruise. So not sure how well you're going to be able to hear me or how well the camera's going to pick up the footage here because I don't have a great tripod. So there's a good chance a lot of this will just be shaky and the audio will be bad because I don't have a microphone. But we'll try it out and hopefully I get some good footage for you. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago, we changed the oil in this. Had the boys help me. I'll throw in a picture of them helping. I believe that was the first time this oil was changed since 2010. I know, 2010. That's a long time. Granted, there wasn't a whole lot of miles on it between then and now, but that's still a long time to go on oil. So far it's sounding good and running good. Initially when I started it, I did get a little concerned because the oil pressure light was on, but that went away pretty quick. I'm not sure where the sensor is, but I'm guessing, you know, whenever I drained it, you know, since this was the first start, it just took a minute for that sensor to realize there's actually oil in it. All right, see if we can get up to speed here. Like I said, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to hear me because of the wind noise. Like for me, the wind noise is actually pretty dang loud. I don't know if that's just how these old cars were built, or if maybe the seals are getting bad everywhere, but it's a pretty noisy ride. It's a smooth ride, but we're going 55 right now. It's pretty cool driving it though. Usually get a lot of looks, a lot of thumbs up, things like that. Going down the highway, no issues. Steering feels fine, brakes feel fine. You know, you just got to know your limits. It doesn't stop on, it doesn't stop on a dime like modern vehicles. And the steering's a little more floaty than modern vehicles. But, you know, no hands, and it's driving nice and straight. Don't feel any vibrations in the steering wheel. We're going 60 right now. Blinkers work. It's a nice day for a cruise. It's about a little over 80 degrees. A little on the humid side, but not too bad. I wanted to get the car out now for a few weeks, but it was either raining or really hot and humid. And I was talking to my dad again about the car, and he thinks everything's original. You know, when my grandpa bought it locally. Not sure exactly what year, but locally here. And like I said, we think everything's original, 1962, which that's pretty amazing for 48,000 miles. Granted, they're easy 48,000 miles. Here, we'll try to do a 0 to 60 run or something here, but all right, now it's floored. Not bad. It's good to let her open up a little bit every now and then. Clean out the carbon, right? So as far as any repairs in recent history, from what I can remember, which, you know, it doesn't go back too far with this car, just because I'm still fairly young, and for the majority of my life I didn't really have much to do with this car. But I know the heater core went out on it, so I actually bypassed the heater core probably like 10 years ago. And then I know my brother has done some brake work. I believe the brake calipers are new on it. But that's it. That's the only work that I'm aware of that's been done on it. So it's a pretty reliable, good runner. Not gonna lie, it does have a tendency to die sometimes. So when you're in an intersection, it's a little nerve-wracking. Don't want to get stuck in the middle of an intersection. All right, so get a load of this. So you know how we got the 1962 Ford Fairlane out? Well, look what I was able to find. 1964 International Semi truck and a 1953 trailer. How cool is that? It'll go back in time. much about these old trucks, otherwise I'd talk about it. So you're just gonna have to sit back and enjoy. I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but even though this thing drives pretty dang smooth, it's still not a modern vehicle. So you always got to be aware that you're going to need extra time to get up to speed, extra time to slow down, extra time to navigate turns, because for getting up to speed, this thing has had an occasional issue of stalling out. It's usually the first 5 to 10 miles per hour when getting up to speed. Depending on how much throttle, you kind of got to feather it. So if you try pulling out into traffic and getting up to speed, it's a risk. Again, there's a chance it could stall out. I've got it down now where I got a good feel for it, so I feel fairly confident, pulling out into traffic. I mean, I still give myself plenty of time. Another thing about the brakes, yeah, they work, but you're going to need at least twice the amount of space as a modern vehicle. This is a heavy car, and the braking system isn't all that great. Plus, I'm not sure how great of condition the brake lines are in. So if you put lots of pressure on the brakes, there's probably a chance to blow a line. And blowing a line definitely is no good to stop. So again, it's a good cruiser, but you just got to be aware when you're driving it. You just can't drive it like a modern vehicle. You have to pay attention. You really have to feel the vehicle. And that's a big part of it. You feel the road, all the inputs and the outputs. A little bit of steering input, you feel that in the car and in the road. So it's real cool, but you also just got to be careful and not drive it like a modern vehicle is my point there. Pulling into my street, and like I said, I got to be careful slowing down. The brakes have locked up before too. I think that was before my brother replaced the calipers. I think that was because of a sticky caliper situation. We're almost home. I'm pretty warm because I left the windows up so you guys could maybe hear me. Probably like I mentioned earlier, I don't have a microphone, I don't have a good tripod, so I'm not sure what this footage is going to turn out to be. But hopefully I get something out of it to show you all. Alright, that was pretty fun. Kind of hot, but that's how it goes in the summer, and this car does not have air conditioning. But hope you all enjoyed it. Like I probably mentioned a few times now, the audio was probably not very good, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you were able to enjoy and get an idea of how this car runs and drives. It truly is a treat to drive. I'm very happy and blessed to be able to drive it pretty much whenever I want to, weather permitting, of course.
So I think that's going to wrap up this video. Again, appreciate everybody watching. Have a good one. Bye.